So now that we have the opening of a brand new Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway exhibit over at Disney's Hollywood Studios, it's about time that we discuss some of the latest details surrounding that attraction. Up next. Hi there Waltoneers, I'm Jack, this is DSNY Newscast. Go ahead and subscribe down below, hit the notification icon, and yes, go ahead and check out Universal Newscast if you're new to this channel. And so with all of that being said, let's get right on into the news. So, last Friday marked the official opening of Walt Disney Presents, which used to be called One Man's Dream, over at Disney's Hollywood Studios, as it had to be delayed due to Hurricane Irma. But within Walt Disney Presents, we've got brand new exhibits for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Toy Story Land, and also Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. But now we've got some new information to go along with this concept art. But first, remember this permit filing that appeared in July that was for a so-called Project M at Disney's Hollywood Studios? Well, thanks to blogmickey.com's eagle eye, we can see that this project is titled Project Marceline, internally within Walt Disney Imagineering, which is obviously a reference to where Walt Disney grew up when he was a child. Now, the first thing that we've all got to understand about this supposed concept art within this exhibit is whether or not these are actual scenes from the attraction or whether they are just representations which have been taken from the new stylized Mickey Mouse TV series, as each piece of concept art has a curious subscribe label in the bottom right hand corner and even has the user interface elements from YouTube in the top left hand corner. So I reckon that Walt Disney World or Walt Disney Imagineering here have just taken some screenshots from the Mickey Mouse TV series to use as representations to give us a rough idea of what the landscapes will look like within the attraction. But we do now have some clarification that Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway will have some audio-animatronic figures, as we can see that this model here is extremely similar to the artwork that was released at D23 Expo for this attraction. But these won't be like any other animatronics we've ever seen before, or even the attraction for that matter, as Disney have been proudly saying that this attraction will be using 2.5D, which basically means that it will bring real depth to a supposedly 2D cartoon world, by similar techniques to what Walt Disney pioneered with the multi-plane camera back in the 1930s, where the foreground, centerground, and background will move at varying speeds to create the illusion of movement throughout the scene. However, this entire attraction will be using groundbreaking projection mapping technology to project this amazingly bright and colourful cartoon world onto various objects of different sizes, animatronic figures, and also the different backgrounds. As we can see with this demonstration of the technology here in a fully immersive, completely digitally mapped projection room, that the possibilities really are endless for the types of worlds that Disney could create with this technology. Now, the way this technology works is very complicated, but essentially every colour, texture, and shadow is created from the perspective of the viewer's eyes, which works perfectly for a Disney attraction, as the guest will be viewing the projections from a fixed position that the Imagineering team have created for that guest. So you're probably wondering at this point, when is this attraction going to open? Well, apparently Disney want to have this attraction ready for December of 2018. However, this may be a little bit too optimistic and ambitious, as realistically it will more than likely open in spring of 2019. So recently we've talked an awful lot about Disneyland's Halloween and Walt Disney World's Christmas, but it's about time that we focus on a bit of Disneyland Paris news. As this year for Christmas there will be a brand new show called Goofy's Incredible Christmas, and yes, they could have done a much better job with that name. But this will be a projection show on the exterior of Tower of Terror at Walt Disney Studios, which is similar to what Disney are doing with a projection show called Sunset Season Greetings at Disney's Hollywood Studios. And it's not like this is even the first time Disneyland Paris have done such a show, as they had a brilliant Star Wars projection show on the exterior of Tower of Terror earlier this year for Season of the Force. However, that's not the only thing that's happened in Disneyland Paris recently, as today Disney CEO and chairman Bob Iger has been spotted within Frontierland, along with Bob Weiss and Tom Fitzgerald. So clearly, now that the Walt Disney Company have full ownership of Disneyland Paris, it's nice to see that the resort is getting some attention from the executive team within Anaheim, hopefully meaning that there's going to be some big changes down the line. Oh, and speaking of big changes, it's now been confirmed that Phantom Manor, which is the Disneyland Paris version of the Haunted Mansion, will close in January of 2018 for a 6-month-long refurbishment. So at long last, maybe we'll see some huge upgrades to this iconic attraction. But now, it's over to you, Walt Disney. I would love to hear your suggestions. What other types of Disney intellectual property do you think would fit this new type of digital projection ride system as we see with Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway? And don't forget to leave a Hidden Mickey timestamp along with your suggestion as usual to be in with a chance to win a DSNY Newscast pin. And congratulations to Sydney for winning with this suggestion from the Sunday video here all about Halloween coming to Disney California Adventure. And go ahead and subscribe down below. These videos do come out on a Sunday, Tuesday and Thursday if you didn't know by now, if I haven't repeated enough already. And give this video a massive thumbs up as it really does help us out. And I've been Jack, you've been you, and I'll see you real soon.